The question I'm most often asked about my cooking is, what is verjuice and how do you use it? For me, verjuice is totally indispensable to my cooking. Verjuice isn't new, although I've been making it commercially since 1984. It's actually been around since ancient times. This is a product that is a gentle acidulant that gives so much flavour to food. It lifts the palate, it brightens food, and it gives this beautiful piquancy without overtaking any of the flavours of the food you're cooking. Now, as a start, the most important way of beginning with verjuice is to pan fry fish or chicken and deglaze the pan. Very simple, but so important. The very first food I ever cooked with verjuice was fish or scallops in a pan of nut brown butter, and having the pan really quite hot. You can hear them go into the pan, sealing it both sides, and then taking off the excess butter from the pan. And the important part with the verjuice, very hot pan, and you can hear it, that absolute swish that happens. All that flavour is going through, and the little butter that's left in the pan and the verjuice become sort of joined together as almost a syrup. Such a simple action, and really makes the most amazing difference to the flavour. Now, chicken with verjuice. When you're cooking a chicken breast, please cook with the skin on, in nut brown butter again, and of course, you know, with herbs from your garden. I happen to have bay, rosemary and thyme, but then take that excess butter off in exactly the same way and wait for that sizzle, and then deglaze. Once again, I'm deglazing with the chicken in the pan, and now we have to boil it rapidly to make it into a syrup, and that becomes a sauce, as simply as that. It's the way of making any chicken taste like a restaurant meal, even supermarket chicken. Oh, I'll just show you. I love pumpkin with verjuice. I've had that roasting in the pan. You can see that it's cooked through. I just sprinkle it with verjuice, and that's kind of deglazing in the oven. So the pumpkin's just had another 3 or 4 minutes in the oven. Oh, you can see that little syrup that has happened with the pumpkin and the verjuice. It could be any vegetable, fennel, beetroot, onion, it all goes beautifully. And that's as simple as it is. I really wanted to show you just how versatile verjuice is. You don't even have to cook with it. A vinaigrette is terrific, particularly when you're using really young leaves. And as much as I love extra virgin olive oil with verjuice, there is something about walnut oil and verjuice that just gives another dimension. So I have here some walnut oil, some salt, pepper, a little Dijon mustard, and the only difference is you use about 50-50 verjuice to walnut oil, which is quite a different ratio. Mix it up and then toss your leaves in it. You just want to coat. You have a really fresh vinaigrette for that. Now, I want to show you, there is one of the great surprises to me was using verjuice as a reduction to make a hollandaise sauce. And with all that butter, I know it's kind of sinful, but cooking asparagus just normally and then dipping that in to the verjuice hollandaise. Even loving verjuice as I do, I wasn't prepared for just how amazing this is. Oh. Honestly, I can't imagine cooking without verjuice.